first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A first down throw for Mariota. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. They'll take it at the 42. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Number 30. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And some room to work. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Denver.
Room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
3rd down.
From the gun, Mariota. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Samuel, complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. Now they'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 39, Mariota. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Take over first. And 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
To number 48.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Yeah, we dominate today.
That's the end of the first.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll run with Lindsey. And the Broncos are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive slip. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7. Saints nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signal for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly,
and the Broncos get there and take him down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. And able to find Kirk complete. And he was stopped right at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and 12. across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
3 brings up 3rd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd and short. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Lindsey. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On first down, right back to Lindsey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 31. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out quickly to Judy. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. This is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Broncos push further out in front. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And at the 25-yard line, the Saints take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Ebron caught left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
The 34-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Ebron with it over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for them here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deebo Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are back within a score. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Broncos 14, Saints 7.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A first down carry for Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Here's target Samuel. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he fires one incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and worked very well on that play.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And some space here.
It don't even matter, baby. It don't matter.
All the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown.
Philip Lindsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Second and 13. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. Open man is Duvernay. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Well, crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. And now it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
10 at the 20-yard line.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. That's taken in by Duvernay.
Devin Duvernay.
With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
For the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. He had it online, gave it a pretty good ride too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And Brandon, you know kickers very well. I bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that ball.
Well, throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. But he breaks through another tackle. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
3rd down.
Yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The Broncos send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off near his own 48. He takes this one back into the end zone.
about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
16.
Give him back-to-back. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. 30, 10.
Give me some.
And they might just surrender. A return for a late touchdown.
Today's final score.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Denver, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.